What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video, and today we're back in Planet Coaster in the one and only Silver Dollar City recreation. So when we left off, I believe we finished up the ticket building, at least the exterior, looking pretty amazing. This, as you notice, is not a time lapse. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Would you guys prefer time lapses of me actually building, or would you like me to just do an overview every so often to show what I've done? Which is what I'm going to do in this episode today, just kind of an overview to show you what I have completed over the last few live streams. So this kind of is nice because I can just kind of update you after like I've done like quite a bit of work and stuff. Doing time lapses of like 2-hour clips of 2-hour footage doesn't really show much, so I'm doing this. So we pretty much have been working on the entrance area and some backstage areas for some time now, so we're gonna go check out what we've done. So obviously this front entrance is fairly complete for the most part. This pretty much goes back to the parking lot if we were to have one. So then if we go through here, we have the entrance area, which we have done all the bridges and just pretty much completed a lot over here. There's still a couple things here and there, but for the most part, the entrance area is pretty much completed. So this is the exit of the ticket building, which obviously still has a little bit of interior to do, which I'm not too worried about interiors just yet. And then this actually goes out to a backstage area, which we've seen before, which we'll get back into that section here shortly. So anyways, we got guest relations over here alongside this blue house, which I don't know exactly what this blue house is for, but even though I work there, or work at the park, you know, I still don't know what that is. And you go over here, and then this is where they do bag checks underneath this little cover right here. That's where they do the bag checks. And then we have the scanners right over here where they scan your tickets. And then, of course, we have Ozark Marketplace, Bakery. We went in and actually finished up and pretty much polished it up. I mean, obviously, there's a spot right there we need to kind of fill in, but we got the little chimney here and different stuff there, but it's looking pretty good. This is kind of like an information booth for like other SDC attractions, I believe, that you can buy. And then of course we have this little hill going up into the hospitality house, which we've been working on, which I worked on a lot in the last live stream. And you can see we're starting to get a lot of little barrels and different things in here. So back there is going to be the exit of the Marvel Cave, which we have also started to begin work on as well. If you look over here, we actually have started on Marvel Cave, which there's the hole in the ground, and it's still a work in progress as well. And this will be the entrance to Marvel Cave right here in this section. Obviously, we haven't detailed it yet, but that will be the waiting area and everything for Marvel Cave. And then we head out onto the square a little bit here. And you can see that we've been working a little bit on the Mill restaurant. I got a lot of the oh gosh, roofs. Couldn't even think of that. And we're going to be probably finishing up the Mill restaurant. Oh gosh, there's a tree. Here pretty soon, like very soon. So probably in the next episode or so. And then the taffy building will be over here for the taffy and everything like that. So anyways, that's that. And if we go back over here, like I was saying, but as you can tell, the entrance area is starting to come together quite nicely. So one of the biggest things that we've been working on is getting Marvel Cave going. So if you all know Marvel Cave, it's pretty much what started Silver Dollar City. So this is a backstage area. This is a road that would lead back to a backstage area. This is the entrance to the cave. So anyone coming to work and stuff go back behind this. And inside here is where the entrance to the cave is. The guests would walk down this path. They'll stand on these little stairs, and then the tour guide would stand on a little platform here, which I haven't built just yet, and kind of go over the history and stuff, and then they would walk down into the cave entrance, which I have created. And then we go down here. I'm going to turn my light on so you guys can see. I haven't done much in here just yet. So yes, in case you guys were wondering, I am going to be trying to recreate Marvel Cave a little bit. It's not going to be a full recreation, but we're going to do a little bit, like some certain rooms, and then I'm going to do my best to see what I can do here. So this is Marvel Cave. We started a little bit on the support structure for the walkways coming down, the stairs coming down, and then it will come back towards this way, and we'll get into the next room. This is the biggest room of Marvel Cave, so it's going to be pretty insane of how big it is. So, but yeah, it's looking pretty good, like I said. And then we have this walkway turned out pretty nice. The stairway going down into the cave. And yeah, so, and then we have more of the backstage area, which I did kind of touch up on. We're gonna polish up and finish up more later on, but this is another backstage area that this little walkway comes across. I'm gonna have to lower this down. The terrain's a little bit too high, but this building over here is going to be the employee lounge and costumes and everything like that, which is all backstage stuff. And then first aid station is going to be right here, and then it connects into the side of Valley Road here, which continues down here with everything else. So you have the blacksmith area, you have the jewelry store here, you have Brown's Candy Factory and everything like that. And then the truss bridge. We built all this quite a while back, so a lot of this looks familiar, but it's nice to have probably a little overview of how this is all going. So my goal is to not be able to see Thunderation at all, so there's going to be a lot more trees going in and everything for that. So we have Hazel's Glass, which is the little glass shop, and then Christmas Hollow will be back over here alongside the swinging bridge, which I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do the swinging bridge. It won't be accessible to guess in real time. But anyways, then we have the Time Traveler Monument, which is turned out a lot cooler than I thought. I still need to figure out a clock to put up on right above the Time Traveler letters here, which I haven't figured out just yet. I'm probably going to adjust Thunderation's location just a little bit. It's got to be, I probably need to rotate it just a little bit. And then, of course, we have Thunderation's entrance, and Time Traveler's entrance will be here as well, which I didn't go far into detail yet because we don't know how that's going to be. And I'm going to be restructuring a lot of this, so this is all work in progress stuff that is going to change a lot over the future. So as you can see, we have the drop right out of the station. The building's looking pretty good, and I still have to do some terrain adjustments and painting and everything. The ride itself does not have the spinning cars. Those that are just yelling at me to use the spinning trains that they gave us in the last Rides DLC, I can't use those, and they're firstly, they're not the extreme spinning coaster model. Second, they don't have launches on them, so you can't use them at all for this. Otherwise, I probably would. Again, it's not the extreme spinning coaster model, so they don't work, so I'm fine with just using the mock, regular mock trains at the moment until we get those. So, but the layout itself and the recreation actually turned out really good. I'm really proud of this dive loop. It's one of my best dive loops I've ever created, and that custom vertical loop, which was looking fantastic as well, which is completely custom. That big wave overbank turn, and then of course the 0G roll, and the twisty turns and everything like that in the two launches. Looking really good. Of course, you guys have probably seen the start of Echo Hollow at one point, and that is the Echo Hollow Theater, which is looking pretty darn good. So what the plan is as of right now, as I zoom out here, I'm gonna go section by section from now on, and yes, we've done a lot here and there, but I'm gonna go back section by section now. What we're gonna be doing is, obviously I did a lot in the entrance area up into the hospitality house. Next time we come back, we're going to work on this backstage area and the square and the hospitality house a little bit more. So all of this area will be completed, and then we're going to try and go a little bit more in the square, and then of course start have it all connect. So this backstage area is part of all of this. So I'm trying to get it done as well. So then we'll start to touch up more on Valley Road a bit more. Obviously, I've done a lot with Valley Road, but I want to complete Valley Road. So we're going to go in and actually finish a lot of these buildings and just kind of get in a more completed state. And then we'll go into the Thunderation Time Traveler area. I'll probably go back a little bit and go into like the start of the Steam Train and maybe even Flooded Mine. And we'll just work our way around all the way back to the Grand Expo area, which I don't think will end up being this far back. I think we'll be more closer to like this area, around where this terrain's been going down. I think that's where it's going to be more. I placed out just a couple of rides for the Grand Expo that will be functional, except for this one. This one's actually a Blueprints by Silent Member, I think his name is. This is going to be for Electrospin. I've been trying my best to try and change the color of it so it looks more like Electrospin's colors. Looking pretty awesome though. Like I was I was fooled by this at first. I thought it was an actual flat ride, but no, it's actually scenery pieces and it's fake. So I believe he used like some sign pieces for the track and just angled them up. And there you can see a lot of different pieces that were used for this blueprint. So it looks really good. And until they actually put it in the game, if they do, we're just gonna stick with that. So, and then of course Fireman's Landing. You might have seen that before. And then of course this is where the new ride is going. Again, this is just I just kind of did a layout with the terrain a little bit to kind of give me an idea of where stuff would be. It's not final, and it's always going to be shifting based on what I get done. So then, of course, we have the Barn Swing. This is another blueprint that I'm currently using. I might touch up on it a little bit, change it up. And then, of course, I placed down all the Outlaw Run stuff. So we got the entrance and everything. This was kind of hard to convert into here. I'm not doing any terrain around it because, firstly, it's probably going to shift somewhere. It's not going to go in this exact spot probably. And I'm going to be redoing a lot of the track too, to kind of fix up some of the stuff, because I made this layout a long time ago. The barrel roll is very, very bad, and I'm going to have to, end up redoing that. So I'll keep some of the good stuff and then just kind of restructure what needs to be changed. So, and then this, of course, is my, this is all a prototype of powder keg. So it's probably going to change. But as of right now, this is a little prototype. It's very hard to find coasters that have launches and lift hills available to them that have the look that I want. And I kind of went with this one. This is the Power Up coaster. So it doesn't have any block sections, which is kind of a concern that I have with this. So obviously the trains are going to be back to back. But if I get the dispatch intervals right, it shouldn't actually be too bad. So that's actually a positive there. And then the lift hill is literally a launch, just with a slow launch. So we'll see how that ends up. But that's kind of an interesting concept I did. I did the track underneath. And again, I don't know if I've showed this off in any of the time lapses, but I'm showing it off now. And then this is my rough draft of Wildfire as well, which I still might kind of tamper with a little bit as well, because I put that layout together pretty quick. So we'll come back to it eventually as well. So anyways, that's going to about do it for the Silver Dollar City recreation today. And as you can see, we've done a lot of work since the last episode. And I would love to hear you guys in the comments. Do you prefer these kind of overview episodes, or do you prefer a time-lapse? Or should maybe I should implement both? Maybe I'll do a time-lapse and then do an overview afterwards. And you guys can get the best of both worlds. But if you like one or the other, or if you like the idea of doing both, this is kind of an experimental episode where I didn't record anything until just doing this overview. So let me know if you'd rather have the overviews or a combination of both. Maybe like afterwards I can explain what's going on, or everything in detail, kind of an overview of everything, because in time lapses you don't get that overview really. You just get a lot of speed builds, just like speedy stuff, and you can't really see much. So anyways, I think I'm going to try that for the next episode, but I still love to hear your guys' feedback on how you want me to do these episodes. Maybe a time-lapse with an overview at the end to show what we've done. I think is the way to go. Let me know if you guys want that, and I will catch you guys in the next video or live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and make sure you have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thank you so much, and goodbye.